wait. I was not contacted. I don't think Governor Chris was contacted, and I was invited to a meeting tomorrow in the White House. So first off, you'd think that they could have waited and explained it to us. Second, we want to become independent in this country, and part of that is looking to see if we can do offshore drilling safely. So a more logical approach from my standpoint would have been to say, what's the logical way of doing this? What's the path we're going to get to be able to do it, if at all, rather than just saying point blank we're not going to do it.
So fair to say you oppose what they've done today?
Absolutely oppose what they've done today.
And you would support further exploration within Florida's waters?
What I've said all along is I believe we have to become energy independent. Offshore drilling is an option. So we can't do it until we know it's safe, because we're not going to do anything to ruin our environment or to ruin our economy. But you don't just put a blanket. You don't do it for a period of time without having any parameters on why you're doing it.
How close to Florida would make you uncomfortable for offshore drilling? How many miles? Sure.
I'd want to wait and do more research and look at what the impact on local communities, what they're interested in, but do it where you set up a process to figure out the right way of doing it. What's safe, what our communities want that would impact their tourism, things like that.
Would you be opposed to oil rigs within the site of beaches?
I think what I want to do is I want to sit down with our local communities and see what each of them wants, rather than just make a decision for the entire state.
You said the governor's office wasn't. Did you speak to Governor Chris today, or your staff?
We checked with the staff, and they said that he wasn't contacted either. That's our understanding.
You're going to bring it up tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Are you actually meeting with the president tomorrow, or his staff, or who are you meeting with?
I believe the president's going to be there. So that's my understanding.
Is it just you and him, or the other Republican governors?
All newly elected governors.
And have you met with the incoming House Speaker up here yet?
I've met with
Congressman Boehner. Yeah.
Congressman Boehner.
Can you tell us a little bit about today?
I haven't met with him today.
Okay.
And I haven't met with him since I've been elected.
So are you comfortable with the idea of foregoing any extensions on unemployment benefits from here on in?
I believe that we have to be able to pay for these things. So I'd like to understand how we're going to pay for them before there's any extensions.
I had to imagine there's tens of thousands of Floridians affected by it.
I still want to understand how we're going to pay for it.
Have you had a chance to talk with Senator Bennett? Has a new immigration bill out today, apparently. Have you had a chance?
I have not seen it.
What are your other priorities during your visit to Washington? What else do you hope to accomplish here?
Well, the primary reason was I was invited to the White House tomorrow to meet, and I think a lot of the focus is going to be on Homeland Security. It's my understanding that what the focus is going to be. I'm going to see Congressman Boehner a little bit later today. But a lot of it was just sit down and talk to the Florida delegation, because part of my job is I represent all of Florida. I represent 18 million Floridians, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, and I want to make sure I have a relationship with all the elected officials that come to D.C. I'm doing the same thing in Florida. I'm meeting with House and Senate members all across the state with the goal that I meet with all of them before I'm sworn in January 4th to understand what their goals are, because my goals are clearly get the state back to work, make sure we fix our education system, do tort reform, we've got to fix citizens insurance, but do everything to make sure we're the #1 state to do business.
I know you haven't seen Senator Bennett's bill on that immigration, but do you still maintain a desire for the legislature and the state to pass some sort of tougher immigration laws?
Well, the process is first the federal government needs to secure borders. We need to come up with an immigration policy that works for the country. And finally, if you're stopped in our state, no different than if you're asked for your ID, you should be able to be asked if you're legal or not.
So any NASA issues on your agenda as well?
Thanks, guys.
Anything